Welcome everyone to another interview. Tar Tots episode 8, I think 7. I forget. I lost count of numbers. This is bad. But we have a very special guest today. This man used to be called All Day Anime. Used to be called Beastly Briggs. Now he's the good old Ragnar Briggs. Welcome, BriggsADA.
What's up, man? Thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm a man of many names, a marketing master, one would say.
Well, of course. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's really great to have you, dude.
What up, boys? I'm Briggs. I do all the things, streaming, podcast, videos sometimes. I'm out there trying to have a good time.
Of course. And of course, you do Friday streams, which I know last Friday you were sick, but that's good. You are completely fine. How are you doing now? How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling much better. It's good to be back. It's actually so funny. Like, I was like, I miss streaming so much. I was low-key like super sad. I'm like, it's been so long. And then I look, I'm like, it hasn't been 3 days yet where I haven't streamed. Like, it wasn't even 3 days, and I'm just like going through withdrawals. Guys missed it so much. I missed all my boys in chat, just talking and having a good time. So it's good to be back. I'm feeling much better.
And of course, I always participate in the Briggs workout as well, so it's always good to have that. So let's get that out of the way. Your favorite anime is Kenichi, right?
Yes.
What is the reason you like Kenichi so much?
I think I watched it at like the perfect time in my life. I was like in grade 9. I always forget. Is that like a freshman or I don't even know, junior something? I was a little boy. And it just got into high school. It's a big change. And then Kenichi was in the exact same situation, right? And you watch this guy pretty much undergo his CHAD formation. It's super funny. It's got all these CHAD masters. And it's just cool watching him try to gain confidence and gain strength throughout the series. I love it.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, Kenichi is a top tier anime. I mean,
yeah, very underappreciated. And I think I just related to it in a lot of ways. Like, it was like I said, I just entered like high school, and I was a pretty like popular and athletic guy in elementary school or whatever. But once I got to high school, like, I was nervous. I didn't really try out for teams. I kind of stayed in my little small group of friends and didn't really get out there. And then I kind of like got a little bit motivated from watching like Kenichi and Ippo. And in the following year, I gained some confidence. Started hitting up the workout room. I went from doing like no teams to like 7 sport teams and all that. And yeah, no, it honestly inspired me in a way, Kenichi. So I think, even though I don't know if it would be everyone's like favorite or top anime if they watched it, it definitely like resonated with me personally.
I mean, everyone has that very special anime.
Exactly.
For me, it was Haikyuu. So,
bro, Haikyuu's hype. I just finished season 4 right before starting this.
Oh damn!
Dude, like the 25th episode or whatever. I literally finished watching it while eating lunch, and then hopped on this interview. Mm-hmm. Haikyuu, that was fucking crazy. I already forgot the twin brothers that they played against and twins? The team name. My memory is terrible, but that match was incredible.
That's actually, I think, my second favorite match in the entire series. I read the entire manga, so I know how everything goes. I won't spoil it, of course, but that was an amazing match. I think my favorite character, I forget his name all the time, but the white hair guy, I love the dude. When he cried in that one episode, just out of nowhere, he just starts bawling his eyes out.
When he gets captain?
Yeah.
Kita?
Yeah, Kita.
Oh man.
I was so
Honestly, the thing I love about Haikyuu is they give everyone time. Mm-hmm. Literally, Tanaka had his moments. Yeah. Daichi had his moments. Their ace had their moments. It wasn't just Kageyama and Hinata. If anything, they weren't the focus for the majority of season 4 part 2. Like, obviously the first one had a heavy focus on Hinata and stuff, but it was the whole team, and they really got you to love the whole team. Bruh, they had, sorry if I'm going off topic, but when Hinata forgot his shoes pre the match, and yes. The manager, like, you think the manager's just going to go and get the shoes, but no, the manager used to be a track and field runner, and she's going to go at top speed. Oh, but she got injured, and she didn't know what to do with her life, but then Daichi asked her to become the manager and gave her a reason to live. But now she's going to use her hidden track and field hurdle talents, jumping over things on the street to get these shoes to Hinata before the game. Bruh.
It was so great. I'm glad you brought up that moment. That's probably one of my favorite moments of last season.
It's really good writing. I was just fucking laughing so hard because they go so over the top on everything. Like they flesh out everyone like so much, and everyone, it has to be dramatic, or else it's not high Q.
So going off that, what's your favorite moment in IQ? Do you have a favorite moment that is like top tier for you?
I love Tanaka, so I enjoyed that from this season, like all his moments and watching him, because he was kind of like probably like the weak link, a lot of people would say, and they targeted him and they were just blocking him on all of his attacks, and watching him overcome that and still like have confidence despite messing up. Because a lot of people after messing up that many times in this important game are like, yo, please, they're thinking in their head, please don't let the serve come to me. Please set or don't set the ball to me. But he just like, no, I gotta push through the suck until I get better. I'm gonna improve mid-match. And I just respected the confidence, But I don't know if that's my favorite moment. I also like, even from season 1, little things like Hinata in that first match, hitting the missed, like the setter messed up and he still spiked it. That was really cool. Honestly, watching those reflexes.
Honestly, one of my favorite moments, I won't go into deepest spoilers, but it's the end of the season, of the first season, after the match, when they're all at the restaurant. If you can kind of remember what happened there.
End of the first season after the match when they're all at the restaurant. No, I do not.
Okay. You just see them all eating, and then their tears come out. So I was crying during that match. Give me a break.
No, it's been a while since I've watched season 1.
It's a sad moment. It's also very good. Do you have a favorite game of all time?
Favorite game? Like
a video game.
Oh, video game. Oh, sorry. I thought you were still I thought you were saying like a match from Haikyuu. No, favorite video game. No. Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 is my favorite game of all time. 100%.
I have seen you play many Dark Souls games, including Dark Souls 1. So.
Yeah, Dark Souls 1, like, even though like obviously the graphics aren't like really holding up compared to like Dark Souls 3, for example, the world's amazing. I just like the lore is so fun. Yeah, I just love the challenge. And I feel like a lot of the bosses in Dark Souls 1, it was like my first game where it was like, wow, this game's so freaking hard, but it's doable, It's like, I'm not annoyed because it feels like it's unfair. I'm annoyed because I'm not good enough. I just gotta get good.
Yeah. Undergoing your Chad formation, that's the word I was looking for. Your Chad formation in Dark Souls.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You beat the game at one point, right? Or multiple
Dark Souls 1 I've beaten a couple times, yeah.
Okay. And you're currently on Sekiro and Dark Souls 3, right? Or 2?
So I beat Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3 a few times. Okay. Dark Souls 2 I never finished. I'm currently playing Demon Souls and Sekiro.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. Demon Souls, not Dark Souls, my bad. So, how do you like Demon Souls so far?
Demon Souls is good. I don't like it as much compared to the Souls games, because I think, so chronologically, Demon Souls came out before the Souls games, but now they made a remake for it with amazing graphics, which I low-key hope they do for some of the Souls games. For example, Dark Souls 1. And I feel like they improved on Demon Souls in the Souls game. So now when they made this remake, there's things like grinding for heals and this freaking system where like, I honestly, I don't know if anyone in chat can remind me when you have pure white tendency, pure white tendency and pure black tendency, and your tendency changes. And it's just so much shit that's like, how am I supposed to know that, Like you're adding all this complicated stuff to a game that's already hard and making, like it shouldn't be tedious, grindy, and insanely hard, the game, Especially when it's not explained, the stuff. I'm not a big fan of Demon Souls, to be honest. I still enjoying the heck out of it, but there's a lot of annoying things that almost made me quit.
And I think my only experience with Demon Souls has been watching you or Moist Critical play. So they're like,
apparently Moist Critical beat it pretty fast.
He did beat it pretty fast. And he did the Moist meter on it, so he gave it like an 85, I think. So high up. So do you have any? I know Chad, like you, has no fears, but do you have that one fear that gets you?
It's true. Oh, sharks.
Sharks?
I was always scared of sharks as a kid. So I'd say that, yeah.
Sharks are scary, to be fair. I mean, to be fair, my fear is spiders, so...
It's only because I can't punch hard underwater. God damn it.
God damn it.
I still haven't undergone my CHAD information enough. If I'm scared of sharks, this was so Zayd.
Do you have a favorite animal going off of shorts?
Favorite animal? Pandas. Pandas are so cute. I love them.
Pandas are great. Hopefully Ragnar in One Piece D&D can get a pet panda.
I want a little panda so badly.
We need that. We need the panda.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a favorite movie? Like actual movie, could be live action, could be anime.
Pirates of the Caribbean 1.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go. I'm big into pirates because One Piece is my favorite manga / anime. Pirates of the Caribbean, favorite movie. I don't know, something about pirates. I don't know what it is. I'm obviously they're both super well done.
Mm-hmm. Pirates of the Caribbean 1 is phenomenal. That's probably, I think, either my favorite or my second favorite movie. I think the only two movies that I like just as much, maybe a little bit more, is The Dark Knight, the Batman movie, and Your Name and Kung Fu Panda. Those are my top 4 movies.
Kung Fu Panda is really good too.
Those are my top 4 movies. I mean,
nice. Yeah, Your Name is fantastic. Like I enjoy a lot of the DiCaprio movies, like Shutter Island, Inception, Great Gatsby. I don't know. I'm a big fan of him, but I still think Pirates of the Caribbean is my favorite movie. It's that one movie that gets watched time and time again. It's hilarious. I love the characters in it.
I mean, I fully agree. You have Revenant, that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, which was phenomenal. And I'm over here like, yeah, I watched that once. It was great. But Pirates of the Caribbean.
But Pirates of the Caribbean, though.
I watched like 20,000 times. So if you were to go to Japan someday, what would be the first thing you do?
Go get some sushi or something.
I mean,
sushi and a beer.
I think I asked this to Kitsune Katie, and my first response to her as well was, well, my first instinct, it's not going to any stores, not going to see any buildings, it's to go straight for food.
Yeah, especially after a long flight, sushi, beer, nap.
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm underage, but I guarantee you I can probably drink in Japan. I'm 19 here.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah, I always forget the U.S. is 21 because in Canada it's 19 as well.
Yeah, I actually had the plan of going to Anime North last year before COVID happened. So
this is so sad. Yeah, Anime North is a good time.
It was a sad time. So as a Chad, what is the most Chadliest workout you have ever done?
The most Chadly workout I've ever done?
Yes.
Most Chadly workout. Me and my brother used to do some like German volume training, which was like, so like say you do bench press, it would be 10 sets of 10 reps with like a very minimal break in between, like just alternate with a partner and stuff. And then we did that for bench. So we did like 100 reps of bench at a certain weight and it screws you over. And then we did the same thing with squats in the same day and it was fucked.
Of course, that's always the greatest Chadly workout you can do. Obviously you're Chad and I honestly cannot compare. I mean, I can work out. I can hold my own.
Hey, we're all undergoing our Chad formations.
But doesn't mean I can't try. I will try and catch up one day. One of these days I will. I guarantee you. So in going back to anime, the topic of anime, there's one thing that most of us have, and I'm kind of nervous to admit this, but we all have a guilty pleasure anime, right? Everyone does. Mine is a little known anime called Citrus.
Oh no!
Hey, don't judge me. I mean,
Can you describe the premise for the audience?
So it's about this one girl who moves into this one girl moves in with this other girl, and they become sisters. They call it madly in love in a more romantic setting. Yeah, it goes from there. Yeah, that's all it is.
Sounds beautiful to me, man.
But I also have other ones like Monster Musume is another good one I like to watch.
That's what I was thinking about saying. Monster Musume was a guilty pleasure for sure. Hey, Chads are guilty about anything. I don't know.
Chads are never guilty. What do you mean? So
guilty. Yeah, I'm gonna say Monster Musume. Final answer.
Monster Musume, final answer. So do you have a favorite arc in all of anime? that every time you watch, you always get stand up on your feet. You always are so hyped about it.
It's got to be something from One Piece. I'm just trying to think. What's my favorite arc in One Piece?
I mean, mine is Marineford, so I've always been.
Yeah, Marineford's top tier. I think the Baratier would be like my guilty pleasure favorite arc. Yeah, let me do that.
Baratier is really top tier though.
I love Baratier. I really do.
I know you're.
Although, like, I could acknowledge like Marineford and his lobby, and there's so many arcs that are better than it. But I just love Baratier. I don't know why.
I think the main reason you like it because that's what got you into One Piece initially.
It is what got me into One Piece, and I think it's underrated as well because people see Don Krieg or they see Wapple or they see this like a shitty antagonist and they're just like, oh, the arc sucks. I'm like, that's not what makes an arc. That's not the only thing that makes an arc. We learned about Luffy in that arc, the type of fighter he is, the type of person he is, both in regards to like him chasing after Nami afterwards or how he fights Don Krieg and letting things hit him because he's not scared. Fighting someone who's not scared of dying is probably pretty scary, right? You learn about Sanji. Sanji's my favorite character. He gets introduced into the crew. Mihawk comes in, slashes a boat in freaking half, chases these guys like must have went out of the comm belt, chased these guys for no reason, probably just because he's bored. You realize the power difference between the current Straw Hats and Don Krieg and like Mihawk and what's waiting for them on the Grand Line. And you see like I don't know what it is. I love even like Zeph and all the cooks, like I just love the dynamic of Baratier.
And Baratier, to be fair, is a phenomenal arc. I mean, you couldn't have said it better. I mean, there's so many things to love about that arc that it outraged the one thing I disliked about it, and that was the villain. I mean, I didn't care about the villain, but it was just like I liked so much else, so much more about the fight, especially with Zoro, his moment. Zoro's one of my favorite characters, so I mean,
we get to see Zoro stand up to Mihawk, and we learn about Sanji's backstory.
Yeah. Oh, this is just amazing. So, what was the first hype moment that got you standing up on your feet in anime?
First hype moment. This man sends me all these questions. Doesn't send me any of these questions. Okay. Because not a single question that he sent me has been asked. You love to see it.
Because I'm not on the personalized question just yet.
Okay. Can you repeat the question? Most hype moment in anime?
Yes, most hype.
When Luffy punched the Celestial Dragon. I know that's a basic bitch answer, but like, bruh. The first time I saw that, I was freaking out. Hype moment in anime, I got another one. When Light falls into L's trap and kills Lin L. Taylor or Lin, whatever his name is, that was like actually a criminal who was set to be executed, but pretending to be L. And then he trapped him. L like found out through that, one, this person can kill from a distance. Two, he doesn't only kill criminals because he thought this guy was L, so obviously he doesn't only kill criminals. He'll do whatever he wants. He's immature. He's rash. Oh, also we only broadcast this in Japan. Yeah. That I was flipping out. I was flipping out when that interaction happened.
Honestly, I was talking to my parents. My parents are not really into anime per se. I actually was watching Kuroko no Basket yesterday, and my dad came home. He's like, "How much more time do you have on this show?" I'm like, 15 minutes. He let me watch it, and he was just. You saw him looking over his head a little bit to watch a little bit of it. So he was just like, "Oh, are you interested?" So, but I want to show my dad that moment. I want to see what he would do. Yeah,
just get your. Honestly, I truly believe if you could get someone to watch the first 2 episodes of Death Note and actually pay attention to the first 2 episodes of Death Note, I think the vast majority, like 95% of the people, are gonna love it.
I agree. Now we're gonna get on to the personalized questions. Getting off the more generalized questions. These are the questions that you saw. So, you are an Apex boy. Who loves playing Bloodhound with his mighty axe? What was your greatest game you ever played in Apex?
I don't know, man. When I bathe in the Bluth, I used to offer my body to the Allfather, and I just go blank. I don't remember nothing.
Oh, he doesn't remember anything, guys.
I just bathed in the bluth. Nah, seriously. I think my best game was like 15 kills. I know I got the 2,500 damage badge. Never got the 3K damage. So I probably got like 2,500 damage, 15 kills that game.
You're just too good at Apex, man.
I don't know if it was a duos or a trios, but
I know yesterday I had a trios match. It was, I think it was after stream. It might, after I got done with streaming, I was like, I'm gonna play a few rounds of Apex before I go to bed. And what I did was I played my final game. It was a trios game, and I was Ate, and I don't usually play as him. And my teammate went down during like the storm, the final 2 storms. He went down and wanted me to go in after him. I'm like, you want me to die?
yeah, no.
But I picked up a Prowler in that game, and or a Spitfire, and we won the game. I got 12 kills and 2,600 damage. That's my best game.
Damn.
So, I've
Hell
never,
yeah, man.
That's my best game in Apex, I will admit. So I was very proud of it. And then Train Game came along, and I mean, I can't keep up with Train Game.
Train game's so fun, man.
I miss it already.
Yeah, same.
So speaking about axes, let's do a little transition to talking about weapons. And what is the better weapon than the weapon of the samurai? The swords. And when I look at your room, I can see several swords on the wall. Whose are those swords, by the way?
Yeah, so my camera's not really set up all that great today, but here, let me see if I could. Yeah, there we go. So the Wado Ichimonji is the white one, and that's the one that Zoro has in his mouth that he got from Kuina, I believe, which was my favorite sword growing up, or my second favorite sword growing up. My first favorite sword is Ichigo's Bankai, which is above that. Mm-hmm. So I figured those are my like 2 favorite swords, and I just bought them at a convention once. The Wado Ichimonji, the white one, is a real sword, and the one above it, it's like a black blade. It's just a replica. Can't really cut shit.
I mean, I don't have a sword, so.
There we go. Better angle.
Of course.
You don't have a sword? Weak mindset.
I plan on getting one at some point when I go to a convention or something, or just on Amazon. Look at one. I want to get Zoro's swords, so.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Which Zoro sword's your favorite?
The one you have. So, I don't know his swords. I do like Enma, to be fair. I do like Enma.
True.
So, but Enma is like his latest weapon, so.
I'm gonna miss Shushui, or whatever it's called.
Sushri? I'm not good with the names of his swords, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really bad with names in general, so. But I do like the Enma, and which I can't say that word.
Wado Ichimonji.
Wado
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Also.
So only Chad's real swords. We have Chad's like Guts from Berserk, Iskander from Fate Zero, and Zoro from One Piece. So being in Chad isn't easy to accomplish. What motivated you to become a Chad in the first place?
I think it was always in me to try to undergo my Chad formation. I think Kenichi influenced that a little bit. I grew up playing sports and stuff like that, and I don't know, when I watch something like Kenichi or Haikyuu or Hajime no Ippo, or even just like a boxing match or a UFC match on TV, I think I just get stupidly like pumped up. The monkey brain barbarian in me. Like I see 2 guys beating each other up, and I just get pumped up, and I want to work out. And even the same thing with sports. I just get that's just how I am, I guess. And yeah.
You know, watching good boxing matches do get you fired up.
It gets me fired up, but then I just want to work out. Like I was low-key I was watching Hinata be a ball boy in like season 4 part 1 of Haikyuu. I hate the fact that I have to say season 4 part 1 and like season 4 part 2 and all this bullshit. Whatever. I was watching him be the ball boy, and I was just so pumped. It was like 2 in the morning, and I'm just like, okay, I was just doing freaking push-ups like a maniac and like air punching. Cause I was just so pumped up watching him. Like.
I mean, I was too.
He was being a ball boy, but he was just so into it, and he was just trying to improve, and I was pumped.
I mean, who would have thought being ball boy is the most Chadliest thing ever?
Yeah, he made it Chadly, man.
Mm-hmm. I mentioned this before, but you have the Chad Formation Friday, where you live stream working out, and that is where people undergo the Chad Formation, like yourself. And I have one question: who came up with that Chadly idea?
Well, I mean, I came up with the idea, I'm pretty sure. But basically, I don't know. I just feel like if I force myself to do certain things on stream, it just forces me to work out, and I try to find things I'm passionate about and do that on stream or for content, because it always ends up making the streams and content better. So like, one, I get a workout out of it. Two, I might be able to, like, a lot, not to be stereotypical, but there aren't that many weebs / otaku or gamers that are like also chads.
Yeah.
But everyone has the potential to become a chad and undergo their chad formation, you know? So like, hopefully I can inspire some people to work out and help some people who during a pandemic can't be going to the gym or probably aren't playing sports or anything like that. They're just stuck at home watching anime and playing games. So even just being active a little bit will help out, and maybe I can influence them to try to go further.
And I really appreciate it, because before the Chat Formation Friday came out, I was not like the most active person for a little while, just because I went through some depression earlier this year, and because of that I kind of lost my way in a way. I just started to stop working out. Actually late last year, my bad, because it was when school started back up. So, and as soon as you came out, I
just want to preface super quick to chat. Kai smiled when you said depression, but which I shouldn't have done. But because I was reading chat and I saw Chadliest say, "Not gonna lie, I was balking and went a bit too far," and I smiled, and I hear you saying depression. I'm like, "Fuck, that looks really bad." So I just want to point that out.
I read chat as well. So to be fair, there's been several times where a chat says something funny and just like, yeah, I'm gonna chuckle here. I know.
Yeah, it's what's it called? We're all in a tough time right now throughout the pandemic, and yeah, no, I'm happy. Like, I love the fact that I've kind of built this community where we could all just chill, play games together, talk, have fun. Like, that's why, of course, I was down to come on this interview, collab with each other, work out together, trying to build a chat army, bro.
I mean, to go off the comment that you just made about chat, last night actually, I had someone come in and chat, and their first thing that I saw them say was, "Roses are red, violets blue. I have 5 fingers, and the middle one's for you." I was just like, that. I was almost cracking up.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, I understand where that comes from. So obviously you have tank top power, which gives you this ungodly power that you're able to finish a boss easily, without any effort whatsoever. So if that is a transformation of yours, have you found that ultimate Chadley form yet?
I think, I don't know, Chad formation is a lifelong journey. I've unlocked the tank top power. Took years of training and studying. But yeah, no, I haven't unlocked. I'm sure there's a final form. There's always room for improvement. But currently, my current, like, 100% is tank top mode. I guess tank top and headband mode.
Oh, if I see that happen, I know to run away, because because I'll get nervous. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna go on to D&D. Obviously, I don't want to spend a lot of time in D&D just because it's a whole group activity and that's just focusing on you. But I'm gonna focus on your character a little bit. So Ragnar is epic. So how did you come up with this character, and how much do you relate to Ragnar?
I relate to Ragnar a lot. I think so. There's obviously, you have yourself, and I think your streamer / YouTuber persona, or your streamer persona is a little bit of just like a little bit larger than life version of you. YouTuber, even more. You keep on kind of stepping it up. It's always you, just like a personified version of you, you know, or an exaggerated version of you. And then Ragnar is just like fantasy 1,000 times like more than me, you know. But like in a lot of ways, like I designed him in a similar way. I gave him like dark hair, a beard. What else? It was funny because the role of observation was completely random, but that even ended up aligning with me. He's someone who likes to work out. He's someone who values strength and power. He's someone who likes having a good time with the boys, he loves ale and beer and all that. Like, he's similar to me in a lot of ways. He's he's a Chad. He's simple-minded in the way he takes on challenges and kind of like pushes through things. So I think I kind of based him on me and just an exaggerated version of me. And I figured that'd be the easiest way to act out a character is to not make them too different, you know?
I fully agree. I fully agree. And honestly, this may come off as psychopathic, but if I were to make a D&D character that was based off of me, I would be making Isaiah Orihara.
Oh.
But
well then, I'm just gonna take my leave.
Okay, I will admit.
Isaiah!
I will admit, I'm not psychopathic like him, but you know how Isaiah has like a fascination towards like the emotions of people, right?
Mm-hmm. I can already tell you're very what's it called? I'd imagine emotional, just because like the moments that you mentioned from Haikyuu were all very emotional moments, you know?
I am.
You can connect with characters in that way, and you connect with people who are an emotional character or going through emotional moments.
Mm-hmm. And just Isaiah is, I think, top 7 favorite characters for me. So I just would like to Isaiah to her. So I'm not like I'm gonna go out and kill people. I'm not that type of person. But it's just like
sure, whatever you say.
Of course, yeah, totally, guys, totally. I'm not a psychopathic. Don't clip. But I don't know. When he's fascinated by human emotions, I've always been as well. So I don't know. I know that sounds weird, but that's just who I've been.
No, I loved Isaiah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other guy's name? Shizuo?
Shizuru? Yeah, Shizuru.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I mean, they're actually right behind me.
Yeah. I love those two boys. So, what was your initial thoughts on D&D before you started going to it? Because I know you didn't really play D&D prior to this, right?
This is my first D&D series ever. I was a little bit nervous because we're role-playing characters live, which is, I don't know, something you've never done before. Like, I think it'd be a little bit embarrassing, and I'd be nervous to do it not live, let alone in front of 1,000 people, acting a character and like acting like an idiot. Also, I knew nothing about D&D and whether or not it was going to be a game that I enjoyed. So like, it's a little scary committing to something when you don't even know if you're going to like it, you know? But it ended up, it went well. I honestly have such a blast playing with the boys every other week.
And that kind of goes off the next question, which was, what's your thoughts of it now? Is you're just having fun now.
Yeah, I'm having a good time, truly.
What episodes do you usually enjoy being Ragnar the most?
Honestly, like, I like having the variety of it. Like, after a long battle, like, I love the fight ones because like my guys low key, like my rolls are so freaking lucky. Whenever I have to roll for HP, I've been rolling like 10s, 11s, and 12s for HP like throughout the series. And I feel so bad for Duros, Lost Pause, because he's the tank and he's been rolling like 1s and 2s and 3s. Mm-hmm. And so like my guy is like highest DPS and highest HP in the entire party. Although my armor class is relatively low, so people are going to hit me easier than they hit someone like Duros, for example. But just compared to like everyone, highest HP, highest DPS, and even armor class, like I'm kind of around like the same area of like Verona and William and stuff. So I think my guy's OP. So I do enjoy the fights, and I take usually a large role in the fights when we're not taking on someone who's too OP. But at the same time, those episodes when we're just literally just messing around with the boys, like I know it probably annoys some people how like we don't take it seriously, but that's I think the part of the fun and why I have so much fun with it. We're the Devil Luck Pirates, and we're a group of One Piece characters. Mm-hmm. So goofing off like that, it's actually like relatively canon and would make sense. And we just fuck around so hard that I have such a blast.
I was talking to Spooky. I asked us almost the exact same question about it. Like, what episodes do you find the most enjoyable? He actually said that he enjoys like the goofing around moments, and I'm like, honestly, I do too. Because yeah, the fighting is great because you get to see them fight, but then you also on your seat like, oh, please don't tell me to die.
Yeah. And
then when it's just the goofing around, like you said, it just like the last 2 episodes, I was laughing my butt off. So.
Yo, Noble with his freaking nose in that clown episode was hilarious.
Honk, honk. So woeful. So were there? I know you probably know what I'm about to say, but what episode were you the most anxious to attend? but also extremely terrified.
Definitely, it was a few episodes ago when we were at the Marine base, and there was Arzin, who was a vice admiral, but also William's brother, Trevor, I believe. Wow, look at me remembering names. Let's freaking go. Look at me here. Who is probably like a similar level, if not slightly weaker. Both of which were significantly stronger than us. And one, like, dude, Trevor one-shot me, or like I guess three-shot me, because one of them was a crit and he had 3 strikes or something with his weapon. And it was just like, these guys could kill us in 1 to 2 strikes or 1 to 3 strikes. We're so screwed here. And somehow, it's been such a blast. I didn't want to die. But also, it's always like I have this moment where it's like, hey, Ragnar would probably attack him, even though he's stronger.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want to die. Like, what should I do?
So, I know D&D is taking place 20 years before, well, 20 years before Luffy's debut as pirate. Or, I know it's before Luffy finally goes out to sea. But,
so, I believe it was like right after Goldie Roger's execution.
Okay.
So, like, you know how everyone, like, it started the pirate age or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, after he got executed, it like initiated like a new age of pirates, and a bunch of people set out to sea. I think right around then is when we took off.
So I know this would never happen, but if say you guys were in the canon of One Piece, you guys take off during when Luffy is taking off, and you guys are on the same level as Luffy or something like that. If you were wanting to Boa Hancock, what do you think your character would do?
I mean, Hertha, what's it called? Ragnar has been a very faithful man to Hertha, but I think he'd probably turn to stone and maybe want to make some schnick babies. I don't know.
So going off of One Piece, who is number 1 waifu in One Piece, and why is it Boa?
It's Boa because it's Boa, man. Like, it's hard to explain. The most beautiful woman in One Piece. Also, she happens to be a strong, independent woman. Yo, frick those kittens that got in her way. How dare she?
Yeah.
She's done so much for Luffy, and obviously, like, you've been following Luffy for so long, and like, I don't know what it is about me. Like, for example, if I really like a character, I like when other characters like kind of fall for them in certain ways. Like, for example, like Bon and Elaine from the Seven Deadly Sins. I ship them hard, which is partly why I hate Jericho, because she's kind of like in the mix somehow. Like, screw Jericho, get out of there. I like Bon so much, and Bon likes Elaine. And it's just something cool about having Boa, who every man falls for her, who she doesn't give a shit about it, fall for someone like Luffy. I don't know. It's hard to put it into words, but she's just best girl because she's best girl.
Yeah, that's the correct answer, to be fair. So I'm going off your Twitter now.
Okay.
Do you think the best girl of 2020 is Chizuru?
Yes.
Yes. Were you going off of just like newer anime, or was sequels included as well?
Sequels included. I know where you're going with this, man. I know you're an Edina stan. I know you're an.
Where's my Erina? My Erina, best waifu, best girl last year.
Dude, I like Edina more than Chizuru, but I like Chizuru from 2020 better than Edina from 2020. Edina, season 5 wasn't that great, right? From Food Wars. It was okay. It was okay. It had its good moments, its bad moments. I enjoyed the ending, the post-fight with the antagonist, whatever. The antagonist sucked. But overall, Chizuru had such a large role and carried through the series on her back, versus like Edina didn't throw the series on her back, you know? Like, I do like Edina more, but that's because of all the other seasons and all the built-up moments. Just trying to keep it like standalone season versus season. I like Chizuru more. No, even a Chadna.
I will admit, even though I love Erina, I will admit, Erina, I did like Chizuru better than Erina last year, but I still like Erina overall. So I just brought up that reason, just because Erina did come, you know, last year. But
biased.
It is biased, but Echidna is better than Chizuru. Echidna is best girl. So Akudum is one of the greatest masterpieces of 2020, on the same level of the greatest manhwa turned anime, Tower of Shrimp. Would you agree with me?
Yes, I've been a stan since day one of Tower of Shrimp and Akudum.
Yes, Akudum and Tower of Shrimp is best anime last year. So I believe this, but I need your confirmation about the anime made for Chad. Since you're the ultimate Chad, who's better to talk to about this? Do you think that Mugi at 20% of her power, her strong power, would slap Goku, Master Ultra Instinct, whatever the fuck that's called, Saitama 100%, and the Mosquito for One Punch Man?
You made it a hard decision after throwing that mosquito in there, but I think Mugi at like 11% power would slap them low diff. 20% is a complete annihilation. Like, you want it to be interesting. 11%, like, yo, she might get hit and then they break their fists and arms and the rest of their bodies and disintegrate. But at least it'd be interesting that they could get near her, you know, at 11% power. She's just too strong, bro.
She's just too strong. I mean, people talk about Goku and being the strongest god. God, no. People talk about Saitama. No, it's a mosquito, and then you have Mugi. I mean, Mugi's on a whole different level. Now, here's a real question, though. Do you think she can stand a chance to Lord Twigo himself?
I think Lord Twigo is simply Mugi in disguise.
You know, honestly,
it's the only reasonable answer. When you see someone of that power, like, this doesn't make sense. It just doesn't, like, when you see Goku, you're like, oh, it makes sense. You're that strong. You see Saitama, it's a funny character, haha. Like, it makes sense. But Lord Twigo, it doesn't make sense, which makes me think, if you're that strong in the Seven Deadly Sins, you're probably Mugi in disguise.
Yes. And as soon as I see Lord Twigo in the room, I disappear. Then reappear. So, Nicolas Cage is just built different, correct?
Oh, yeah. Nicolas Cage is absolutely built different.
Do you think the movie with the animatronics is going to be any good?
Probably not. But you know what? I'm still going to watch it and probably enjoy it, man.
I am the same as that way.
Dude, Nicolas Cage woke up, played Five Nights at Freddy's, and died. And he's like, you know what, bro? If I was in that game, I'd just be built different.
Mm-hmm.
And then they made a movie about it. You know, Nicolas Cage is so built different that he could conquer movies, become a multi-millionaire, despite being a mid-actor and mid-looking.
You know, honestly, I was watching the trailer, and I love the reaction. The one person was like, he isn't stuck in with them. They're stuck in with him. I'm like,
they're stuck in with him.
And then you just see blood coming out of him. I was like, hold on, what?
Yeah, Nicolas Cage is just so built different, man. Everything he's doing is all... He realizes that he needs to act that way and make movies that way so that more people watch it and he gets more money. His brain... He honestly needs to lower himself down to the common viewer. That's how built different he is.
Mm-hmm. Nicolas Cage is the GOAT, and if you don't believe that, that's kind of cringe. If you don't believe that, I'm not gonna... It's kind of cringe if you don't think he's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
He's just the GOAT. So, Rank Cafe is one of the bigger podcasts known to man in the anime community.
Yes.
So, based on the topics of isekais, even though I haven't spoken about isekais whatsoever, you, Animac, from Anime Uproar and Natsuki created a light novel called That Time I Got Isekai to Another World with My Truck, featuring yourself, some guests you have, and the main character, Birito Honda Kawazuyota. Did I do it right?
Birito Honda Kawazuki Yoda.
Oh man,
I think I got it right. Probably not.
You got it right. I did not. I did not. I messed up. I was close. So who was the first person who came up with the idea of making this light novel?
Definitely Animac. Animac's really the brain behind this. He comes up with the ideas and writes it all. I there's no way I could write it like that. Like he's a fantastic writer. He bases the characters off of me and Nux and other YouTubers. He asks for our help for like writing some jokes and stuff, and he'll ask like in regards to an arc, and he will have like plans for an ending and how he wants it to go. And he might get into a call with us. We'll talk about it and tell him how we think our characters would go about it and how it would make sense or how it should work out into the story. And then he just writes it and just does it, and we read it and we're just stunned every time. He does a fantastic job.
Mm-hmm. If people wanted to read it, per se, where would they go to find it?
It's available on Web Novel. I don't know if that's the only place, but it's definitely available on Web Novel. If you just Google like Truck Isekai Web Novel or even just Truck Isekai, it'll probably come up.
Mm-hmm. So one of your favorite manga is actually one of my personal favorite, One Piece. And about a year ago, you guys over on Rank Cafe started the One Piece version.
Yes.
So, where Anime the Virgin reads it for the first time while you revisit it. How did you actually feel about Anime changing his mind from not really wanting to read it to wanting to read more of it?
Honestly, I was just super excited and proud of him and proud of myself. I annoyed him for like 3-4 years, just One Piece references constantly, telling him he needs to read One Piece, he needs to watch One Piece. Every bracket, One Piece characters are doing well, they're winning compared to his characters. Every time we talk about anime, oh my god, One Piece is somehow related. I find a way to insert into the conversation, make him feel like an outcast in his own podcast. That way, over time, he's just like, I just gotta do it. I'd be like, yo, you know, One Piece has like 1,000 chapters, right? Like, I know that's daunting, but you know how much content that is for your YouTube channel, bro?
Content.
Eventually, he gave in, and I'm just big proud. He's a One Piece Chad now.
Yes, and if you aren't a One Piece Chad, then that's kind of cringe. Not gonna lie.
Not being a One Piece Chad is a pretty weak mindset.
It's a weak mindset, I will agree. So every person in anime has an origin story, and of course there is a power of friendship in anime to win battles, such as Fairy Tail. How did Nuts and Briggs begin?
Nothing, bro. So I wonder if I had more subscribers than Nux at one point. I don't know I think I did, or we're at a similar point. Whatever. We both kind of started YouTube around the same time. And I remember I came across his videos, and he was doing like seasonal anime stuff at the time. I was watching seasonal anime. He was doing some top 10s. This is very, very early in his channel. And he had some good taste, some good opinions. And overall, he wasn't super comfortable talking into a mic and in front of a camera or whatever, or not in front of a camera, but into a mic. And his videos were clearly scripted and all that. And I just could tell, one, I enjoyed the heck out of the content, but I knew he had so much potential as well. I just knew he was going to take off, man. And I wanted to, it just blew my mind that he really didn't communicate with anyone in the community. I already had so many friends, and I would comment on his videos. I would comment on a bunch of his stuff. And eventually I feel like, I don't know if he got Twitter. He didn't even have a Twitter at the beginning. He really didn't network. He just did his own thing by himself. And I would talk to him. We literally would just reply to each other a bunch of times in comment sections and stuff. And then I know he made a Patreon, and I noticed it had been a little bit of time, and no one had patroned any money yet. And since it was an hour after or 30 minutes after he uploaded the video, I'm like, you know what? If I was in his shoes, I would want at least someone right away, right? It would get me excited. So I donated $1 or $2. So I was his first patron ever. And then eventually, I was doing the podcast with Animac. I was a guest on there, but I was a guest frequently. So what would happen was Nux dropped into the chat once. So he was chatting, he said something, and Animac noticed and I noticed, and we were talking to him, we were doing the podcast, but we were talking to him in chat and saying, yo, you got to come on sometime. He makes a Twitter, he comes on, we just become friends or whatever. And yeah, it's kind of went from there. I think whatever, we did podcasts together, we got close. So I think what really fused Nux and Briggs is us both loving Apex. So we've played hundreds of hours of Apex together, and it just Nux and Briggs.
Nuts and Briggs
Was formed.
That story brought me to tears. It was beautiful. Beautiful. So, when you first became one of the hosts of Rank Cafe, what has been some of your favorite topics or discussions that you will probably remember for the longest time?
One Piece.
One Piece?
The brackets were a fun arc. I really enjoyed the brackets. It kept the conversation kind of very directed and focused. And it was just a lot of fun just comparing characters, and not their power, but maybe how badass they are, how good they are written and stuff like that. And just, I don't know if I have a favorite topic per se. I do enjoy when it gets on, the topic is focused on One Piece, but I just enjoy talking about anime, talking about stuff I'm passionate about, and chilling with the boys. We tend to do pretty relatively chill podcasts.
And it's always a fun time. I know whenever I attend your Rank Cafe or One Piece Virgin, I'm always having a blast. It's always a good time to just relax, watch the boys go at it, and then maybe after the Rank Cafe, Apex. Apex is always fun to watch.
Apex boys!
Apex boys!
Yeah, Apex Boys may have transformed into Nux and Briggs, or Nux and Briggs may have transformed into Apex Boys. I don't know.
I think it started with you guys were talking about Nuts and Briggs at one point, and then you just got yelling Nuts and Briggs out of nowhere. And I remember Nuts and Briggs. So I heard you like to play volleyball, right?
I do love to play volleyball. Yeah.
I actually play as a setter and the libero on a team.
Ooh.
So when you play volleyball, what position do you usually play as?
I'm the power wing spiker. I don't even know the proper term for that, because I play a lot of different stuff. Like, because in high school I was like the left position, the power position when I would be attacking. But I play beach volleyball, 4s and 6s, and a bunch of different stuff for beach volleyball, and we don't really play super properly because our setter would be like, I know the setter is supposed to be in the right position, but in beach volleyball, when we have 4 guys and we have 6 guys, we don't really play perfectly, especially because we play co-ed and stuff. We definitely change it up, so it's not super uniform. I low-key just freaking hit from everywhere, and we just rotate around. Like, I haven't actually played a proper system in a long time.
And like I said, I can play some positions. I'm not the greatest blocker per se when it comes up to jumping.
I'm a terrible blocker, man.
I can at least receive though. I think receiving has been my plus side, and that's why I'm able to be a libero or a setter either way. There's someone who's better at receiving than me, and there's a guy that's on my level of setting, but it just like I'm not the greatest in either, but I always try and improve as much as possible.
Yeah, nice.
So
that's all you can do, man. Yeah, no, I'm a pretty terrible setter. I'm not a good setter. I'm a terrible blocker because I'm actually not that tall. And in beach volleyball, you sink and stuff. Like, I need an approach. My approach gets me so much height when I jump. When I don't have an approach and I'm just jumping the block, I get like this much over the net for the people that are like watching on stream. Versus when I spike, I get like above the net. Like, I could fucking slam it down, but it's because of my approach. And it's so hard to approach a block and like time it properly, especially if you're trying to do a double block with other people and not hit the net or not hit them and stuff. When I'm just going straight up and down, I don't get much over the net. So it's hard for me to block, especially like I think that's another reason why I love Haikyuu. I relate to a lot of characters like Hinata and Tanaka, where, bro, like even in my beach volleyball league, like I play in one of the leagues where it's tier 1. Like, it's whatever the highest level for beach volleyball at this place that I'm at. And these guys are all like 6'4", right? I'm 5'10". And it is the greatest feeling in the world, just looking at their faces when you slam a ball by like a double block, because they're not expecting, like, I can't block them. Don't get me wrong. I thought we have someone tall in the center, like, or in the middle blocker position to help out there. I can't block for shit against these guys. Yeah. But it's the greatest feeling in the world. And like, I can just know what like Tanaka and Hinata are feeling when you just like smash a ball past someone who's like 6'4".
So I'm not usually a wing spiker, but there's been several times where I attempted to spike. I can't really get high jump. That's why I've been a setter. I don't have to jump extremely high. I just have to jump high enough at points. There's some times I have to jump higher, but I don't jump high. So like you said,
yours is more of a skilled position, right?
Yeah.
It's more about being technical rather than being like a freak athlete, jumping high and smashing and all that.
It's more or less figuring out who's open. Do they prefer high or low spikes? What angle you should post? It's just a bunch of calculation at points. And luckily I've been good with maps, so it isn't like the biggest issue. But I think there's been one time we're playing against another team, and they're bringing the other setter, and I'm over here. They're like, oh, this guy can't spike because I'm a setter. So they don't expect me to jump up and spike the ball. I jump up and spike the ball and get price past them. They're just like, yeah, I spike. And then
that's awesome. Yeah, it's the best feeling, right?
And then I went over to my teammates. I'm like, that's my first time I spiked.
Dude,
I'm so glad it worked.
I wish I was as good at spiking as I am now. I wish I was as good in high school as I am now, because I feel like it would be so great to be able to, like, when you're actually like, it was like a real team, and like we're trying to make it to, like, it was like Haikyuu, you're trying to make it to the next tournament, you know, make it to nationals and all that shit. And it would just, like, I feel like I was still learning volleyball at the time. I was nowhere near as good. And I feel like my hops have just had gotten much better. It's crazy. You play beach volleyball, it's not easy to jump, and then you go on a court, it's like, bro, I'm fucking flying out there when I try to jump. I was gonna say, one of the reasons when I mentioned the moment in like early Haikyuu where the set is messed up and Hinata gets to it, I love that so much. I remember when I was like, I'm a very athletic and instinctive guy when I play volleyball. Like I wasn't the best technique when I first started. I wasn't the highest jumper, best spiker, or anything like that. But I was usually pretty quick to get up to spikes. So when I actually loved when my setters would kind of fuck up the spike or the set, and it would be too low or like quick. Like I love or like they would shoot it across, and it was just like it was unexpected that or like too far back. For example, I could spike from the back court, and I could do jumping serves now and stuff too. So I could kind of spike from anywhere as long as it's high enough. So when people aren't expecting a spike, so there's no blocker going up, those are my favorite scenarios because no one's expecting it, and then I jump up and try to spike it. And obviously sometimes I mess up, but like those are when I would win a lot of points when I was first learning because I was kind of reactive and athletic and not super good at volleyball. And I just really loved that moment in Haikyuu because it was so similar. Like I remember so many times they would mess up their sets and most people would just like send it over or try to volley it deep and I would still just try to smash it.
Mm-hmm. And those are the type of people I love to play with. My entire team, my 2 wing spikers are the exact same as you. If I mess up, they're going straight after it no matter what.
No matter what, right?
No matter what.
It's the best.
I know there was one time where I instantly set it way too high. And the dude reaches up and just dinks it over the net. And that was just like, well, I know what to do next time.
And worst case, when you get up there and you're like, oh shit, like I'm not close enough, you just like tip it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I always go for it.
So you recently did poker night. I think that was 2 weeks ago now? Maybe a week ago?
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
You sadly did not win it.
Yeah, I came in second.
You were the ultimate underdog protagonist at the end, making the comeback to left and right, but it did not end up. Do you plan on doing another one of these in the future?
100%. Honestly, I think I really dominated in poker that night. Like just overall, when we had all of us playing, and as we dwindled down, I was in the lead pretty much the entire time, and I was definitely I bullied Noble and Jordan out, and it just came down to a head-and-head game against Spooky, and he outplayed me, and he probably got some good cards.
You know, honestly,
he won that one big hand of like a 15K pot or something. Yes. I was like, all right, I'm just playing catch up from here. I gotta get lucky.
And I guarantee you'll probably come back and you'll probably win it next time. I'm gonna be.
It always happens when I play poker. I need to learn how to play the end game because I usually play poker with a bunch of people, and that's how I know how to play. I don't know how to play poker head to head really, because whenever I play, like I played at a tournament once with like 80 people. I came in third. I play with four or five of my buddies. I come in second. I play with 8 of my buddies. I come in second or third. I always come second or third. I never win.
So going
like no matter the amount of people, I always end up coming second or third. Like I make it to the end, and then I just don't know how to play head to head. I need to get better at that.
And coming from me, I don't know a lot of things about poker, so I would have been exactly like Noble, just like yes. I know like I know Royal Flush and all those. I just don't know how to play myself. I don't know.
You don't know how to play it, yeah. Well, that's the beautiful thing about poker. Like knowing the hands and like having luck is important. But actually knowing how to play and how to bet and how to read your opponent is so important. And like there's actually so much skill in a game of chance. It's hard to imagine.
I mean, look at Noble. I'm not Noble. Yourself or Nats when you guys play it. When Nats were able to commentate, is that knowing pretty much exactly what you would probably gonna go for or what you thought Nats would hand be and was correct. It was just like you
could tell Negs knew what he was doing. Even just like. It was probably hard to play against us, people who don't know what they're doing. And I think I baited him one time and stole a lot of his chips because I checked 3 of a kind off the flop. And I feel like he underestimated, like he definitely like Noble was just learning and Jordan definitely didn't really know. Like he knew what he was doing, but he was playing stupid kind of. So he probably thought he had us all killed off of that. He's like, oh, no one has anything off the flop, but I feel like I baited him a little bit because I do kind of know what I'm doing. And it's the hardest when you know how to play poker. It's so hard to play against people who don't know how to play because you can't read them. And poker is so important, reading people's hands, seeing how they bet and trying to understand that. Like one of my buddies who sucked at poker, who folded a straight flush and didn't even know how to play, would always kill us because it's so hard to play against someone who bluffs stupidly, wins hands without knowing how to win when he's winning, checks amazing hands or folds amazing hands. I'm just like, how are we losing to this? But it's because you can't read him, right? And and you think he has nothing, meanwhile he has it all, or you think he has it all, meanwhile he has nothing. You know?
Langer said it best. You can't read chaos.
You can't read chaos.
So
I think that was Jordan's strategy. But at the end of the day, if you're playing aggressive with bad cards consistently, in our table, the one I set up with the antes going up that hard, you have to play a little bit more passive.
Yeah. So you mentioned in the poker night that you had a dry streak. How do you plan on ending this dry streak?
When I said I always come in second and third, I definitely still win on like poker nights with the boys against 4 or 5 people. I remember I had a streak of winning, which was uncommon for me, and now I'm on a bit of a dry streak. How do I plan on ending it? Just get good.
Get good.
It's the answer to everything in life.
Exactly. So I know you mentioned about Nuts joining the poker night at some point. Do you think he's gonna be really good or the chaotic type?
I think he's definitely gonna be good. And I think being chaotic is going to probably help him. But at the end of the day, the cards you get matter. It's a relatively quick game because of the blinds going up and all that. And like Nags knows what he's doing. I know what I'm doing. Spooky knows what he's doing. I don't know. It's not going to be like an easy clap for anyone. I don't think it's an easy win for anyone here.
Most definitely.
Especially with the chaos involved of having someone like Nux playing and having people play unusual.
And honestly,
plus, when you're streaming and you're reading chats and stuff, you're not paying 100% attention. You're just talking with the boys, having a good time. We're not taking it too seriously.
And that was exactly what I was going to bring up, is reading chat is always like that point where at this point, yes, it's fun to have fun with your friends. And yes, it's a competition. But at the end of the day, you're having fun with the boys. So
exactly.
It wasn't like you guys weren't betting actual money, I don't think.
No.
Just having fun with the boys is always
exactly. Especially in a pandemic, man. I haven't been able to like see people, the boys IRL or anything like that. Just a nice, fun poker night's always just good. It's just good to be social and still be active and talk to people and just do stuff while you're not technically going out. Like I know not everyone's in a lockdown, but where I live, it's been relatively serious, so I haven't really been able to see my friends or anything like that. So it's good to be able to see people online and talk to people, and I think it's healthy.
I fully agree with that. So I have decided this many times on my interviews that I would have a serious question that will blow your britches off without any question. This serious question can't be serious enough. It's just so serious. You have to think long and hard. This is probably the hardest question you've ever thought about. Who would win in a fight of Chadliest? The Chad Iskander from Fate Zero, or the Mad Chads, the Body Improvement Club from Mob Psycho?
Bruh.
Yeah, I know.
You're doing this to me, man. I relate so much to the Body Improvement Club, and if they have the help of, what's that little green guy's name?
Mob? I mean, Blue. I don't know his green name. So sad.
Gandor and his army is such a Chad. But you know what? You can't never underestimate boys undergoing their Chad formation.
Dimple.
I'm gonna go with the Body Improvement Club and Dimple here.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go. Actually, I lied. Moogie joins the Body Improvement Club, and then it's an easy clap.
Easy clap. Easy. Without a shadow of a doubt. I know it's a hard question, but you got it. You survived it.
There we go.
I'm proud of you. So going on to Twitch and YouTube. So you partnered on Twitch, I think it was March or April, right?
I think so.
No, you're fine. I think it was March and April because I remember watching your, I think I started fully watching, like I followed you, I think November, but it wasn't until like January where I fully started watching you on a daily basis. Because I would watch you here and there, but it was mainly, okay, Apex boys, because I loved Apex at the time, I still do, which is like, yeah, I'll watch him now. And then there was times where you said, okay, I'm a little busy, so I can't really put him on the screen, and I didn't realize I can just have a screen on while I'm working on something. So, yeah. But it wasn't until January where I finally started watching you completely. What were your initial thoughts and reaction to the massive accomplishment of Partner?
It's always important to have goals, you know? Like, I don't even know if Partner did anything, you know, or really helps me get more viewers or helps me make much more money. It was just a goal that I wanted to achieve, and It was there was some annoying, tedious stuff where it's like, hey, this is what you're supposed to do to get partner. I did it, didn't get partner, and it's like then you realize what you actually need to do, and I think it's just good to have goals. And when you're chasing a goal for like months and months, slowly, like I remember when I started streaming, I had like 20 average viewers or something like that. Actually, I remember I had less than 20 when I first started streaming. But I mean, when I first started getting back into streaming, I had like 20 viewers. So like the goal of having an average of 75 seemed so difficult to do. And seeing how far we've come is just, I was so happy, man. I was so ecstatic.
And I think we all were for you when you finally hit that milestone. So I most definitely was one of the huge advocators for Briggs for partner, and now we're on Spooky and Jordan for partner, obviously.
Oh yeah,
we gotta get them there as well. So this next section I like to call true or false. All you have to do is true or false. I have multiple different types of questions here, so you just have to answer if it's correct or not. So you finished getting over it on stream over at twitch.tv/BriggsADA, and I was sadly not there, but I heard that you deleted the game directly after. Was this true?
True.
True.
This is true. I deleted the game live.
Nice.
Fuck that game.
Fuck that game. I'm not.
I also loved it though.
I played it before. I actually dropped it directly after going down the snake. Cause I didn't know what the snake does.
Oh no! It says don't ride snake.
But I was like, maybe it's a shortcut, and then goes back to the game. I'm like, fuck me. Okay, I'm done with this game. I raged so hard. It was pissing me off. I almost broke a wall. That was like the first time I ever got pissed at that game. So, your favorite straw hack is Monkey Double D Luffy.
False.
Nice. You got me. Monkey Double D Luffy is actually Mousie's name for Monkey D Luffy.
No, she's my favorite straw hat. True.
Nice. You've caught it on. You caught on. I'm proud of you. I'm very much proud of you. See, guys, I knew he would be able to figure it out.
There we go.
This is a very interesting. So I was revisiting a stream where you made a comment that did not sit with me. And you say that you prefer Robin to Boa?
False.
Okay, good.
I was confused there. I'm like, I forgot this was a true and false question. I'm like, what? I did that? No, I would never.
I would never. Your favorite color is purple.
False.
False.
Yellow.
Yellow. Mine is purple. So.
I like yellow because I'm colorblind. It's the one color I always know what it is.
Nice. When I play Pokemon, I pick the Chadliest looking Pokemon and hit my opponent really hard with zero strategy until I win. Works every time about 70% of the time. True? Nice.
That does sound like me.
I saw that on Twitter, so... And honestly, I'm almost same as that way. I don't know if you watched Nuts' Cautious Hero video, where he mentioned about him going into, like, his first Pokemon. He goes into, like, the first bush and levels up the Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the same as that way, and then just one-shot every Pokemon I see. So, you bathe in the Bluth.
True. Frequently, nice. In Apex, you take the route of love and peace to win. False.
I
don't really get the reference though. What was the reference?
Love and peace. Trigun. That's the
oh, that's right.
Nice.
Nah, I dookie on nerds, bro.
You
day and
dookie
night.
On them. Do you whenever you make file names on your PC, you smash your keyboards?
Yes, just 2 fists, bam, enter.
So with this evidence, I can confirm and determine that you are J-Slot confirmed, right?
I am what?
J-Slot.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, he's a YouTuber. He if you watch J-Slot, he usually sometimes he breaks his keyboard. You just keep smashing a keyboard all the time. So
True.
Nice. So I had a little bit of help with this. It wasn't before I was talking to Jordan, actually, when he brought this. I completely forgot about it. So Does your marketing degree help you with YouTube at all or streaming at all?
You think it would? Maybe a little bit. Maybe it got me thinking in like a business marketing mindset, but not really. I feel like I already kind of knew the stuff that would apply to YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah.
But maybe it did. I don't know.
It's very possible because when you take marketing class, you obviously market things, like promote your stuff a lot more. Marketing and promoting are two peas in the pod. So honestly, I think it does help a lot. So what was the reason you took marketing, if you don't mind me asking?
Seemed like the easiest business class. Also, I don't know. I had like 9 options in business, and it was one of the ones I liked the most as well. I don't even know how to describe it, but because I was probably doing YouTube and Twitch at the time as well, it kind of related to that a little bit, like how to market yourself and how to market products and businesses and stuff like that. And yeah, I think that's also a contributing factor.
So I know this wasn't recent, but it was about, I think, a couple months ago now. When you, what brought you the reasoning to change all the names of your channel to the same name instead of just having it all over the place?
No, it's because I don't know. Would always be scared to change my name for the longest time because like I would start streaming on Twitch. It's like I'll just try it, whatever. I don't need to be too serious about it. And then start growing on Twitch, and here I am doing Twitch with the same name, even though this was the name that I would use just to watch people. And I didn't think about like I just wanted. It wouldn't make sense for my Twitch channel to be called All Day Anime because I'm playing video games and I'm not always talking about anime, and I'm trying to appeal to a larger audience and different people, right? So I'm like, okay, I'll just keep Beastly Briggs. That's fine. But now I have Beastly Briggs, All Day Anime, and my Twitter, I can't be Beastly Briggs or All Day Anime. So I was just Briggs and BriggsADA. I'm like, this is so hard for people to find me, and I'm different everywhere. It's so dumb. And I kind of knew that for the longest time. I'm just like, I just didn't want to change it. I'm like, people already know me and already follow me places. I don't want to confuse people. But I think it was just a smarter move in the long run. Like, we've only just started our journey, you know? Even though it seems like I've made it so far in certain ways, in certain areas, it's like, I still see that I've just started. I just got to keep on growing, keep on getting bigger, keep on making new things and stuff. So as long as I view it that way, it doesn't feel weird to change it after this many years.
And I fully agree with that decision. It was the smarter move to go with, just to have everything the same so more people can follow you in some way. So that
exactly.
That was the main reason I kept this name as Tau. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of it, I might change it later on, but I'll be changing my YouTube as well if I do so, because I don't want it to be different names. But I do want to ask one thing. This is a little serious more again. When will Beastly Briggs be back, or did the ultimate Chad BriggsADA kill him off like they did Bakugo?
Yes, BriggsADA killed Bakugo. True story, in One Piece.
It was so sad.
And then Beastly Briggs also died, apparently.
Beastly Briggs was trying to save Bakugo, and Briggs was like, nah.
Not
Briggs fell off. He kind of went into hiding. He didn't want to be seen again. It was so sad. So a guy by the name of Some Guy asks why he and Bradley Martin are competing for world's smallest man.
I don't know if it's a competition. I don't know if anyone can be smaller than Bradley Martin.
Oof, that is true. Before we get into the part where anyone in the chat can say what they want, I actually want to say a message to Briggo, because this is something that I wanted to say for a long time. I know I said it before, but I subscribed to your channel around July 2019. But I didn't actually start watching you continuously until August 2019 on YouTube. And I finally followed you on Twitch in November. And finally was able to watch you continuously around January 2020-ish, when I finally subscribed to your channel as well. Honestly, you were one of the biggest reasons why I decided to continue and actually pursue a career, I guess you would say, but actually pursue YouTube and Twitch. One of the reasons why I was losing motivation was because of my voice. I have a partly paralyzed tongue, and it's hard to speak correctly and fast. But seeing you be able to do both Twitch and YouTube without being embarrassed about your voice or wondering if you're saying your words correctly you inspired me because you were able to make it on Twitch with your speech impediment, which I didn't find out until later on. I didn't even know you had a speech impediment until you like commented on me that you also had one. I was very confused. But yeah, I'm really happy that you helped me out, man. I really am.
Oh, that means a lot to me. I'm happy for you. I'm happy you're chasing it, man. And yeah, it was definitely something that I was self-conscious about, or one of the few things that I am self-conscious about, my voice. But after doing it for so long, I just don't care anymore. Yeah. You learn to just not care. You learn how to like, especially when I script things or used to script things, I just knew how to type things in a way that I knew would be easier for me to say. And as long as I'm talking casually, I'm usually pretty fine. When I get excited sometimes, or certain words mesh together, it's hard for me to say, but fuck it, who cares? You know, just try to make the best thing you can, try to be funny and entertaining, and just do what you could do, you know?
Exactly.
I remember I used to have the word voice censored or like muted on my old videos. So anyone who commented on my voice, it just wouldn't show up. I'm like, I just don't want to see that negativity.
Yeah.
But now I just don't care. I just don't care.
So now we're on the point where I'm accepting questions from the chat. Codex asked, why are you scared to face me in Mario Kart?
Codex, we all know you're the one who's scared. Get out of here. I'm the champion.
Ooh. BriggsADA voice has become part of the fun. We bathe in the blue. Yes, we do.
Exactly. That's I love that line. Bathe in the blues, boys. Don't be scared to bathe in the blues.
Briggs Mario Kart champ. Codex said you won on luck, my friend. Ooh.
Chads make their own luck.
Is that a challenge, Codex?
Sounds like a challenge, man.
Ooh.
You could talk to my receptionist and my manager. You could like, I don't know. The champion's a pretty busy man, but I'm sure we could fit you in sometime for an ass whooping.
Mm-hmm. Issa asks, is Booty Briggs superior?
Yes.
Soulslayer, explain to the people how to say Mario.
It's Mario.
Mario. Okay. I've only heard Mario here.
I would say either say Mario or Mario.
Mario.
Like Mario is the correct way. It just when people say it with like accents or incorrectly, it comes off as Mario, and I that just cringe to me. So I'm like, if you're gonna say Mario, just say Mario at that point. You know, honestly, at least it's less cringe.
Honestly, when it comes to me, I'm just like, I've only heard Mario, so it's just like, yeah, Mario, I guess, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I've never really
Mario. It's
Mario.
So, yes.
And honestly, I'm terrible at making Italian accents, but I usually say Mario.
Yeah, Mario.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing.
Rast Events, why hasn't Briggs checked out Undead Unluck, the underrated gem of Shonen Jump right now?
I should.
You should? I never read it either, so I don't know what that is. Do you think shonen anime like Dragon Ball should adopt a more seinen style look, like Attack on Titan, while with more mature themes from Zekken?
It depends on the anime. I don't think Dragon Ball should.
No.
I do tend to enjoy anime with darker themes that do explore those things while still being shonen. I think you just need to try to be unique when you make a shonen nowadays. Like the same thing has been done a million times. So you could do the same thing and throw some type of twist on it, whether that be making it a food tournament like Food Wars, or adding darker themes, or making it in something. Just try to be innovative and unique. And I think there's no set one way, like you said, like make them more seinen style, like AOT that works for AOT. And I'm sure it'll work with a lot more anime as well. He's kind of got like, everything's got to be different, you know?
Mm-hmm. Jimmy said, ask him if he has ever had a weird interaction with a fan IRL.
The first person who ever recognized me said, hey, aren't you the Fortnite streamer? Aren't you Briggs, the Fortnite streamer? And he was just trolling, but it was awkward and funny.
Codex asks, can you say poutine for me? I need to win an argument.
Poutine.
Poutine. Okay.
Poutine. I'm sorry.
Poutine. Soul. Giga put Railgun in his 2020 anime. His top 2020 anime. I've been bugging Briggo to watch the Rail Death series for a while. Will you check it out?
I'm sure I will eventually. And recently, I've started getting back into watching anime, so the odds are increasing. The problem is there's just so many things that I've been wanting and needing to watch and read that I haven't. And how many seasons are there of Railgun? I feel like there's so many, and I don't even know where to start.
I think Railgun
So I'm sure you could help me out there, but
I think Railgun has three. I think I've watched only Railgun and a little bit of the in-depths, but like Accelerator I've never seen yet. There's a whole bunch. It's just like Fate, I guess, but there's a bunch of other paths. I honestly don't know too much about it. I've only watched Railgun myself. Toadet's asked, I'm not sure if this was asked, but what is your favorite anime movie?
Your Name.
Your Name.
And Princess Mononoke.
Both top tier. I really do like those answers. Have you watched Shinseki or Shimuneta yet?
I have not.
I've only watched Shimuneta. I don't know about Shinseki. I don't know about that name.
Hell yeah, Soul Slayer. Princess Mononoke is the best Studio Ghibli movie. Don't at me.
Honestly, you're not wrong. I think the only other one I would say is close to that is Howl's Moving Castle. Why are Lilo and Stitch almost never discussed in the convo for best Disney movie? From Raph Revenge.
I love Lilo and Stitch. I'm happy that Raph asked that. I watched it recently. It's really good. I think it's sad that it isn't talked about more.
I didn't know you liked Lilo and Stitch. I'm so happy. Lilo and Stitch, Mulan is like my top 2 favorite movies in Disney.
Oh my god. Yeah, so my favorite is Mulan and Aladdin.
Aladdin I do like too. I forgot.
But Lilo and Stitch is really up there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that whole like family theme. That shit got me, man.
Do you have a character that you don't really like in One Piece from Lol Catdu?
Someone I don't like in One Piece.
Not counting antagonists.
Well, I was gonna say like Wapple.
Wapple, yeah. He's my
But he's an antagonist. So Rebecca, like, yeah, I guess some of the female characters. Rebecca was alright. I was trying to think of like, is there anyone from like the Supernovas that I don't like? And then I realized I kind of like them all.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think Vivi is one of my favorite female characters as well.
Yeah, no, Vivi's fantastic.
Let's see here.
I like Shirahoshi quite a bit, significantly more than Rebecca.
I agree. Have you seen any Gundam series? If not, do you have an intention of watching any?
I know I haven't seen any Gundam series. I think I watched a little bit of Gundam Wing one time, and I was like, nah, never really got into it. I was too late into the game.
I've only watched, I think the original Gundam. I don't remember what it was called, but I've only watched like Mobile Suit Gundam or something like that, and I didn't really care for it, so I don't watch Gundam myself. So, do you think we need more female villains in anime?
Yes.
Yes. I
don't know if we need them. I think it'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Change it up.
In One Piece, I want to see. I know Tekken brought this up, but what's that one lady's name in Wano? The spider, Black Maria. I think that's her name.
Yes, Black Maria.
I know he brought up like, what if Nika Robin gets defeated by her, and Sanji has to make the ultimate decision of like saving Nika Robin by fighting this woman. Would you think that would be a good thing to happen, or do you think you would not like that if Sanji would actually fight Black Maria?
I don't think Sanji's gonna fight her. He might have to defend himself in some ways, like blocking, but I don't think he's gonna do any critical attacks or anything like that.
I don't think so either. I mean, it would be cool, but I also don't want to see Sanji's character completely.
He would never.
No, it's hard for people to say that, 'cause I know some people don't like Sanji for that reason, just because part of his character, and I think it's backed up in his backstory as well. Like, he was raised to be a gentleman by Zeph. He had women treat him well when he was young, and all the men in his life treated him like shit in his second backstory. So his entire upbringing, or his first upbringing anyway, I think it makes sense why he cherishes women and treats them with respect, and tends to dislike a lot of men or be more, I don't know. I agree with you right there. I wouldn't want him to do it either, but I was just checking on what you thought about the opinion. Do you think Zero belongs in Wano when One Piece is over?
Zoro, I'd imagine.
Zoro. Okay. Yeah, Zoro. I
think no.
No.
I mean, maybe if he's from Wano, which I think he is, and then he got lost and ended up in the East Blue. I'm just kidding, but like, yeah, no, I don't really know. Maybe, I guess.
Do you ship any anime characters together? Like, not like how some people get like over reacting towards it. Like some people hate it whenever you criticize Bakugura's Deku when it's clearly Bakugura's Nomu. But do you have any ships in anime?